Welcome to New Gameplay. Today I am Kyle Hilliard. I'm here with Wesley LeBlanc.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. We're playing Persona 3 Portable on Xbox Series X is what we're looking at right here.
Finally. I feel like it's been years in the making.
Yeah, so you like Persona 5. You've played 5.
Yes, yeah, and I've played a good bit of 4 on Vita, did not finish it. And I actually I don't really know anything about 3, so this is all new to me.
Okay. Yeah, so I remember when 3 came out on PS2 because I'm an old man. It was like one of the first kind of like... I mean, Persona had existed up to that point, but like this was kind of the first breakthrough for the series, if that makes sense. Like that's when I feel like it started getting some mainstream popularity because of mainly because you like shoot yourself in the head to activate certain special attacks, and it was really like weird and controversial at the time, and that also like lent it a bit of excitement around it, you know?
Yeah, I don't even think I hear anyone talk about 1 or 2, to be honest. It seems like Persona, as it stands today, kind of starts with 3.
Yeah. And this, so what we're playing, this is like 3 hours in or so. This is like the first time you actually go into like a dungeon. Mm-hmm. And this is, so this is Persona 3 Portable. I'm just going to kind of skip the dialogue. I don't know. Do you want to hear it, Wes? I don't know how interesting that is for new gameplay today.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of tutorials still at the point I'm at. But, yeah, so there's Persona 3 came out on PS2, then Persona 3 Fez, and then Persona 3 Portable came to the PSP, and this is a port of Persona 3 Portable.
Okay. Is this the widely regarded one, or is Fez the one that people say to play? Or maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I think it's that, because like this is actually a fair bit different than the PS2 one. There's actually a lot of stuff that's like removed.
Makes sense, I guess, for PSP.
Yeah, but does it make sense for it to be the one that gets ported to consoles is like my question.
That's true, yeah. That is
because
interesting.
Like this is, from what I understand, like this is pretty close to the PS2 version. You're in the dungeons, you're running around, you're doing turn-based battles, but like outside of the dungeon, you're not walking around like a 3D area.
Oh, okay.
You're
interesting.
Like you're just sort of selecting from like a screen of like locations. You're just sort of like looking over a map and you pick places to go. You're not actually moving an avatar around.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's weird. It does make the game move a little faster, which, you know, Persona could always use. It doesn't hurt to kind of speed it up a little bit.
That's true.
But
yeah, so like when you click on these locations, does it just jump right to the dialogue that would, like this on screen?
Yes.
Like this is what happens? Okay, so there's no...
Yeah.
Oh, so there's
like
no exploration of the real world.
I want to talk to these 4 characters. I'll just click the 4 characters rather than take your character and walk up to them.
Huh, interesting. That's so funny to me because Persona 5, which actually I haven't beaten. It's on my list to do this year, but I'm like 80 hours in, so I feel confident saying I've played Persona 5. The big thing that I love so much about it is like exploring that world and feeling like I'm learning the streets of Tokyo and Shibuya and all the different places you visit. So that's interesting that 3 you're not doing that at all.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
And is that a PSP or a portable thing, or
yes,
was Fez
that
the
was
same way?
that was something that they sort of simplified and stripped the game down to make it fit on a portable platform.
Oh, okay. So that is super weird that's the version that Xbox, or that we're all getting now.
But with that being said, there are other bonuses for the portable version, mainly in that you can choose to play as a girl. In the beginning, you can choose as a boy or a girl, and they are apparently different. It actually gives you this when you pick it says something along the lines of like, hey, if you're a first-time player, we actually recommend playing as the male. If you've played before, then you should check out the female because that gives you kind of a different experience, a different perspective on the game. And I think that is what makes it sort of the one to play, just because there's like that. It's interesting to have that choice, and I think it adds a lot more to the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Did it do like was Portable kind of like Persona 5's Royal in a way, like where like things were more streamlined, like quality of life updates and stuff as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's Fez, but that portable takes even further, from what I understand.
Okay, so I guess they're probably just. I mean, combat is a big part of Persona, so if this game has the better combat, I guess that's a fine it's fine sacrificing the exploration in favor of improved systems. But yeah, it's still, I wonder why not just give both on consoles.
Yeah, and the other big bummer thing about portable is that, again, to save space for the PSP, the anime cutscenes are removed.
Oh, that's a huge bummer.
Yeah, so like that really kind of surprised me. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to pick the right action here. Oh, I did the wrong attack, dang it. Because I was all distracted. So yeah, that to me is like the biggest disappointment, is you don't get the really cool animated cutscenes.
Yeah, that's like
to the point where I'm like, it would have been nice to have this version of the game, which, you know, streamlines all the exploration and talking and stuff like that, but then just throw in the cutscenes, right? Because it's not like the space is a problem anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, I have been seeing like rumors of a Persona 3 remake. Nothing official has come out about anything like that, but I wonder if that rumor becomes true, I wonder if that has any, I wonder if that is resulting in what we're getting with Portable here. Like they probably didn't, maybe if they're remaking it, maybe they didn't put as much effort into these re-releases, knowing that the full thing's coming later. But still,
maybe,
you know, archiving and old games and stuff like that is important. It is. I think it's just a bummer that both aren't available.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, ultimately though, I think it's great that Persona 3 like exists in some form on modern platforms. Like that's worth celebrating. I think with talking with like longtime Persona fans, which I would not really consider myself to be, I've heard people say 3 is their favorite story often.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot as well.
Yeah. So like ultimately I'm glad it exists, but there is I just kind of raise my eyebrow and it's like, this version, huh? Okay. And it has those limitations. Okay, you know, that's just sort of my sort of shoulder shrug reaction, you know.
Yeah.
No thanks. We'll do this fight. The thing that I messed up last time is, so I can do my normal attack, but I learned that these particular guys are weak to fire. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing my fire attack on them, which you do that crazy, weird... It's not really... It has a name. I forget what it's called, but it's like... It's not really a gun. It's like an activator or something, you know?
It just happens to look a lot like a gun.
Yeah, and it's like... It basically lets you summon your, like, persona abilities. But so that guy's... He's susceptible to fire, so he's down. And because it rewards me for recognizing their weakness and lets me go again... So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use fire on every one of these with my like bonus attacks that I've given,
2 turns,
you know.
Basically, yeah.
And then what'll happen is with all of them down, we'll be able to do an all-out attack and attack them all at once.
Okay, I didn't know those all-out attacks go that far back with the series history.
Here we go, all-out attack. There we go. So it rewards you for knowing the weaknesses, and you can sort of call on that character who's been, you know, communicating, or the person in our ear. Like we can call on her to say, like, "Hey, what is the weakness of this character?" You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted the other one. But anyway, yeah, that's Persona 3. Before we sign off, let me see. I'm trying to remember exactly when it comes out, because it's both Persona 3 and 4 are coming to everything.
Yes.
Which is very cool. Let's see. Yeah, the 18th. So I believe if you're watching this on the day it premieres on Game Informer's YouTube channel, I believe it'll be available tomorrow. Both Persona 3 and Persona 4 will be available on Xbox and Switch as well.
Buy
which is
both
great.
of those and you've got enough game for the rest of the year, really.
Yeah, right, yeah. Though, you know, Persona 3 Portable, a little bit shorter than if you were playing it on PS2, basically, so...
What is a little bit shorter? I mean, does that mean 80
that
hours
means you're
instead
not
of 100?
walking. All the time you would spend walking around between characters is eliminated, and you just move a cursor. So.
Nice. Well, I'm definitely going to check these out eventually. I don't know if I need to add them to my rotation at this moment, but they have been on my list for a long time. 3 specifically, and then
Yes.
4. I'm just excited to play again because 4 is great.
Yeah, 3 was the big announcement for me. It's yelling at me for not using my abilities. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4, Xbox, Switch, long overdue. Happy they're here. Wes, thanks for checking out Persona with me.
Thanks for having me.